Let's get into some things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be expected, because I'll be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. You know I'm talking about y'all. Fits me that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. What's up? Happy Wednesday, hump day. Oh, excuse me. Happy hump day. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Let's get it into it. I know El Teddy, I was over there when he finished up the dossier. So nobody had no excuse to be late. Because I know he let out class on time. Okay? Yeah, I really need to get these glasses adjusted because they keep pressing on my back of my ear. But the problem is, when I don't have these braids on, I don't think they're going to do that. So I don't want to get them adjusted. And then when I get my braids taken out, then they're too loose. Because last night I took the front of my braids out, and my glasses seem to fit a lot better. So I guess I'm gonna just have to struggle through it for the next month till I take these braids out. I don't know. All right, y'all. Let me get into this. Let me scroll up so I can say hi to the people. Tracy, what's up, little baby? Hey, crazy homebody girl. Grown woman, don't try me. Sonara, Corey, hey, brown mama, how you doing? Ravine, El Teddy's the best. He got us here on time. Hey, J Diva, what's up? Stacy, Renee, Alexis, what's going on? Mystic Rain, Quake, what's up? Lovely 31. Hey, Don, what's up, boo? Lock Queen, Yana. We were talking about you earlier on the teacher project. Hey, Ramia, the Tea Lounge. Uncle Jay. Miss Baythane, Montrez, what's going on? What up, Cruiser? You ain't late. We just getting started, honey. We just getting started. Thank you, boo. Yeah, I just got my hair redid, honey. What's up, Sean? Hibiscus Rose, Paul, Kawale. If I missed anybody, charge it to my head and not my heart, okay? We about to get this party started. Y'all, hold on. That's not what I want. I'm sorry, that's not what I wanted to do. Nope, that ain't what I want to do either. What is it? Oh, it's not there anymore. Oh. Well, I tell you, StreamYard does more updating and changing and flipping and dipping. Because it was just in here. Now it's not here anymore. Okay. All right. So let's get into it, you guys. What up, Diva? Hey, Marnie. We've been in IEP training and pathways training all week. I'm on replay game this week. Back to school on the 12th. I understand, boo. Hey, Auntie Eva. Baby girl. Okay, baby girl. I like it. You were in my city last week? Okay. Your president threatening to take over D.C., honey. He want to federalize D.C., child. What up, Tracy? Not you burned your potatoes. Child. Was that lady, former Miss Gigi? Hey, V's authenticity. Hey, what's going on? So, thank you. Although I have not been doing well this summer at all. But actually, the last couple of weeks, I've been doing real. Maybe like the last 2 weeks, I've actually been doing pretty decent. But, this summer, I fell off. I was drinking sodas and eating sweets and all kinds of stuff. But I went to, my sister, and my sister had taken off. She wasn't cooking. And, I did a little bit of cooking, but not a lot of cooking. Well, my sister cooked for me 2 weeks ago, and I've been eating what she cooked. I have been going out because I'm still off for the summer, still enjoying my summer, so I've gone out a few times. But I'm back to trying to drink my water and get off them sodas. I ate salmon cakes and broccoli and cauliflower rice for dinner. Got watermelon for dessert instead of cake. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying. Okay. Let's get into it. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. It's 139 of y'all in here. We getting ready to, Don, get ready. Get ready, because we getting ready to, Don's about to be on duty in the back. Tracy getting herself together. She said she running late. She burned the potatoes, but she going to get the drink menu straight in a second. She going to get y'all together in a minute. We're about to get, listen, it's a Wednesday. It's a hump day. It's what it is. It is what it is, okay? We about to get into it. But I need y'all's help today because I may pull an El Teddy today and have a couple of sugar spikes because there's a couple of things that's on the docket for today that might take me there. So I might need y'all's help, And I might, when we get to certain topics, you know what? I might even drop the link. I don't know. I'm going to have to see. Y'all might have something y'all want to say to me up close and personal, honey. Y'all might want to say it, but come on. But Don, let's...
I said close them doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
All right, you guys, if y'all are new here, then you don't know that Don he attends to the doors when it's time to close the doors. Now listen, y'all been giving Really Be a lot over the last couple of weeks, so I ain't asking y'all for nothing. But if you want to donate to the platform, you can. You can always hit the Cash App or the Super Chat. Cash App is scrolling at the bottom. Super Chat, you can just hit the little $sign. But y'all know this is not one of them platforms where I'm gonna sit here all day and drag it out. If you want to do it, you will. But I will ask this. It's free 99 for y'all to hit that like button, though. That's free. Free 99. So if y'all can do that for me, please. We got 160 people in here. We can get to 100 likes. I'll be good. I'll shut up. If you're new here, please subscribe. Y'all, we are still stuck. I don't know what YouTube is doing with my algorithm, but baby, we have been stuck. We have been stuck at 18,900 between like 18,900 to 19,000. I promise y'all we've been stuck there for almost a year. Like, we have been stuck. I don't know what the fuck I've done to piss YouTube off. I don't know why people watch the show but don't subscribe. I don't know why people subscribe and then unsubscribe. I don't know what I'm doing. Do I stink? Y'all smell me? I don't know. But all we can do is all we can do, y'all. All we can do is all we can do. All right, well, let's get into it. So, church announcements. Thank you, Queen Black. Church announcements. See, that's why I love my niece. Look at my niece. She said, okay, 19 to 18,000 subscribers. See, she's celebrating the fact that I'm at 18,000. I'm complaining about the fact that I'm not at 19,000. See, that's why you need positive people in your life. That's why you need positive people in your life. My niece said, we ain't talking about the fact that you're not at 19. We celebrating the fact that you are at 18. And here come Mims. Here he come trolling me. I'm not at 19,000 yet, sir. I'm at 18,900. So why don't you send 1,100 of your subscribers over here? Can you do that for me? Ma'am, sitting at 200,000 subscribers. Can you send 1,100 of them over here? Can you do that? Oh, they do. YouTube does do a purge. They do a purge. But it's all good. We're not dwelling on that. We're having a good time. I do have a church announcement. I have a couple of church announcements. The first one is the cruise. If you guys, and I'm sorry for the people who are here that aren't going on the cruise, but if you are going on the cruise in February, the Royal Caribbean cruise in February with myself, the Tribe Bowl, I need you to listen carefully to the announcement I'm getting ready to make. I put something on my community wall earlier. First of all, we're going to shout out Miss Cruiser. Y'all see her in the chat? There she go right there. Cruiser 007. Y'all shout out Cruiser. because baby Cruiser, who is my partner in crime with this cruise situation. Hey, DeMarcus, how you doing, boo? Cruiser has been checking every other day to make sure that if the prices drop, she making sure we get them. She making sure that the people are on it. So today she sent me a text. She said, hey, I'm on the phone. Give me about 15, 20 minutes. But some of these people's cruises done dropped significantly. I'm talking about like $300 significantly, right? So that's where you saw the community wall post where I said, hey, you, and you. Because there's certain rooms. You if you book to certain room, the prices drop. Some rooms, the price didn't drop because those rooms are still selling. But the rooms that aren't selling or that are slow selling, they're dropping the prices. So, I put that on the community wall. So check the community wall because I just put your first name because I don't want to put people's first and last name out there. And I don't know everybody's YouTube name. So just look for your first name. If your name is up there, call Royal Caribbean tomorrow. Make sure that they put the price change in. Make sure your price change is good. Okay? That's number one. If you've already paid your cruise, you'll get a credit. I mean, they'll credit you back the money or however they refund it, but you'll get it back. Number two, Cajun didn't text. So shout out to Cajun. Cajun texted me and said, well, look, I called Royal Caribbean myself and I got an upgrade and the price of my cruise went down by $100. So what I'm saying to you is this. Call tomorrow. Call Royal Caribbean. Call the group number. Call the group. No, make sure they still have you under the group. But call and just make sure that the price of your cruise did not drop. Go back and look at what the original price you paid. Look at your email from when you booked the cruise and see if the price has dropped. And if the price has dropped, then y'all make sure that y'all get y'all price drop. And Cajun actually was able to get an upgrade. And because the room that he upgraded to, the price had dropped, baby, he saved $100. So, hey, Patches, what's up, boo? So y'all go check it out. Now, we are staying on top of it as much as we can. Well, I say we, child cruiser. I ain't even gonna take no credit. Cruisers staying on top of it. Because when she called today, she asked them to check every room that we booked under our group. But listen, y'all know this about customer service. It depends on who you have and who you don't have and how hard they look and how hard they don't look. So I'm saying to everybody that's on that cruise, call tomorrow because I think the sale ends the end of the week, I think Cruiser said. So call tomorrow. Royal Caribbean has this great thing. If the wait is too long, they'll give you the option if you want to call back. If they want you to call them back, call them. They'll call you back and just see if you can get a price difference. Also, see if you can get an upgrade. I'm going to call tomorrow and see if I can get an upgrade because, listen, a lot of y'all don't know. Cruiser, remember when I told y'all I went on that cruise last August? And remember I told y'all that the person who did the cruise got me an upgrade to a suite? Y'all remember that? Remember when I told y'all I was like, oh, I got an upgrade to a suite, y'all? That was Cruiser's cruise. That was her. So if it's a discount to get, she gonna make sure we get it, y'all. If there's a discount to get, y'all know what I just said. She's gonna get it. So that's the church announcement on that. And Cruiser is putting in the chat, if you want her to call, email her. If you don't have time, if you got the kind of job where you can't sit on the phone and all of that, shoot her an email. And she will do it for you. Shoot her an email. And like I said, and she will. And she's good about it. She know how to talk to the people. She know how to hang up and get somebody different. If you need the number to call yourself, there's the number right there. Thank you, Cruiser. There's the number right there. Tracy said the bar is now open. We have a strawberry. We have a pineapple henny lemonade, excuse me. A strawberry mint mojito. We have a tangerine hurricane. And for the non-drinkers, for the mocktails, we have a kissing on the beach. It ain't a sex on the beach. That's the alcohol. Okay? But you got a kissing on the beach if you just need a mocktail, honey. If you need a mocktail, okay? All right. So those are the church announcements as far as the cruise is concerned. I'm very excited, you guys. I was really, really happy when I saw because I think Ravine got a discount a few weeks ago. She was the first room where the price went down. So we on top of it, y'all. We also got the information today. So we're gonna We got some other information. I'm gonna leave it at that. We got some other information today, so we're working on some stuff with that. The other church announcement for the Books and Bourbon, which is coming up really soon. I did find a restaurant. It's in walking distance of the hotel. It's not Black owned, but it's in walking distance of the hotel. And the price point is a decent price point. It's not too expensive, but it's not like a hole in the wall either. They got good reviews. I'll give you guys all the final information because I made a reservation just to hold us a spot. But I want to wait until I do the final head count, and then I'll give you guys all the information once I get a final head count. But I did make a reservation for 12 at 6 o'clock on Saturday. I think I might change it to 7 o'clock on Saturday, but I just wanted to hold it because she said they do, because a couple of places I called didn't take reservations. And this way we're in walking distance of the hotel, so we don't have to worry about the logistics of stuff. Okay. Because even for the people who live in town, it's near the hotel. So it's near where we're going to already be. Okay. All right. Move right along. Let's get into it. All right. Those are my church announcements. Sorry it took so long. I just want to make sure we gave everybody the information they need. Cruz's email, it's in the chat. Cruiser, put your email in the chat one more time, please. Quake wanted your email. Put it in the chat one more time, please. I'm going to scroll back up and see if I can find it. Oh, it is. It's right there on the screen. Quake, it's right there on the screen. MissCruiser2@gmail.com. It's right there on the screen, boo. Right there on the screen. Okay. Mills, what are you doing in this chat? Oh, you know what? I did see that, Mims, that subscriber, was it 901 Lovely? I think I have seen her around. I didn't read up on the story, but I saw a couple of YouTubers talking about it. I'm definitely excited about Kentucky. I think a lot of the people that's coming to Kentucky are also going on the cruise. So maybe that'll be like a pregame for us, honey. It'd be like a pregame for us. And in the group, I did ask people to let me know when their flights were coming in. I know some people are driving in or already live in the area, but for the people that are flying, if you're in the Instagram group, please let me know when your flights are landing so we can maybe try to coordinate. I already saw, I'm actually on the same flight as somebody that's going to Books and Bourbon. We're actually on the same flight. When she posted in the group, oh, my flight is supposed to land at 10:45 out of National. I was like, my flight lands at 10:43 out of National. I was like, I think we might be on the same flight. And we actually were. So we're going to be on the same flight. So we definitely going to link up and Uber to the hotel together. Shoot, I might find out where they live and we might link up and Uber to the airport together or split parking, go to the airport together and split parking. I don't know. I'm gonna ask her about that as well. Dawn Diva was her name. Yes. And I have seen her in chats. So, okay. So let's get into it, y'all. We don't have a lot to talk about. That's another reason why we was getting into that. All right. Let's get into this BET situation. I feel like this is about to be a conversation. Let's talk about BET, child. Let me read y'all this article now. BET says the following. Let me read y'all this. This coming from Vibe Magazine or Vibe Online. It says, Scott Mills, the CEO of BET, says that the awards are not gone. But let's read what he said. BET has officially hit pause on two of its most iconic shows, the BET Hip Hop Awards and the Soul Train Awards. Both award shows have reportedly been suspended indefinitely, according to the network. BET CEO Scott Mills confirmed that news in a statement to Billboard, saying, so for BET Linear, we have suspended the Soul Train and Hip Hop Award shows, but we have a team that's actively thinking about where those award shows might best live as the media climate continues to evolve. They aren't gone. And we also have the NAACP Image Awards and the Stella Awards. Clarifying further, he added, it's less about them being no longer and more about our team having to reimagine them for this changing media landscape that we find ourselves in. I think what we're going to see are more people taking franchises and saying, this might have started on linear television, but now I'm going to move it to another space. Do I move it to streaming or do I move it to another platform? The BET Hip Hop Awards launched in 2006, while the Soul Train Awards trace back to 1987. I'm going to say that again. 1987. For decades, both shows have celebrated artists and influential figures' contributions to Black culture and music. The original BET Awards currently remains active as it recently celebrated 25 years since its inception. BET also recently announced a revamping of its hit show, 106 in Park, into 106 in Sports. 106 in Sports is a collaboration with Spring Hill Entertainment, and everybody is working feverishly to get it ready to launch in the fall. We're going to start with a weekly show at that point with lots of wonderful guests. It will apply the best elements of 106 in Park and structure that format into the sports world. He emphasized that while music remains central to BET, the network is recognizing how sports have become an integral part of our culture. Adding another layer to the network's evolution, last year, Paramount Global reportedly put BET on the market with the asking price of between 1.6 and 1.7 billion. According to Variety, this exclusive offer was extended to potential buyers, including Mills, who joined BET in 1997 and became CEO of 2021, and past prospective buyers included Tyler Perry, Sean Diddy Combs, and Byron Allen. There's a lot to unpack in that article, so let's start. What up, powerful? Hey, boo. So there's a lot to unpack. So let's start at the last thing that I noticed. Paramount. The same Paramount that just made a deal with Donald Trump, that just canceled Stephen Colbert, that Paramount. So let's throw that part out of it. Let me just talk to y'all for a second. Okay, let's throw the Paramount element out of it because, you know, let's just talk. Let's talk. When they say we're looking for other platforms, I saw somebody in the chat earlier say, "Child, it's gonna be on Tubi." I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to a streaming service and that's where you find it, BET Plus maybe, or some other streaming platform, right? So here's what I'm gonna say. What up? What's up, Dev? What's up, brother? Hey, boo. I ain't mean to say boo, child. You know I ain't mean to say boo. What's up, brother? You my girl husband. I ain't mean to say boo. TikTok, right? Here's what I'm going to say to y'all. And I've been telling y'all this for years. And nobody, I ain't going to say nobody, but I don't think people understood the point I was trying to make when we were talking about these award shows. Now, let's be clear. I personally think that the current platform for award shows has passed me by. And I've told y'all that before. The current state of where award shows are, for the most part, have passed me by. Unless somebody's getting a Lifetime Music Award, some sort of Lifetime Achievement Award that I want to kind of see what that's going to look like, or something like that. Honestly, I really don't do award shows other than to come down here and talk to y'all. And sometimes I don't even do that. Like if I start watching it and it really does not hold my attention, y'all know I'll be like, look, y'all, I tried, right? But I have been telling us for years, we do not value what belongs to us. We do not value what belongs to us. Oh, Lord, somebody that made Mims a member. Now look at him. He said, I told y'all, Really B has a little Alicia Keys in her. Now that shut up. Shut up, Mims. Anyway, don't be getting Pam gonna beat me up, child. Pam is Detroit. I don't play. Pam is from the D. I'm playing with Pam. The quality of most award shows has really lost its relevance and glamour. I agree. What up, K-Fit? Hey, girl. Look at you dropping down. I know you be in the bushes. Thank you for dropping down, boo. But let me say this to y'all. Did y'all notice in the article where they said, well, we still have the NAACP Image Awards and we still have the Stella Awards? Almost as if to say, we still got some black awards floating around over there. I know you all can't fit because you share me out a lot and I appreciate it. I do. I appreciate you sharing me out. I've been saying for years that we as an artistic collective do not value our black shows on the same level that we value their white shows. Let's just call a thing a thing. And I understand that we live in a world where we are more accepted on those platforms than we once were when a lot of these shows had to be created to give us a platform. But here's what we as a collective have to stop doing. We have got to stop living under that mentality that white is right. We've got to stop valuing the Grammys over the Soul Train Awards or the NAACP Awards or the Stella Awards. Because here's the thing. They were created to allow our artists to get the recognition that a lot of times they never got. And so what happens is when we don't support them, when we don't support those shows, it becomes easier for them to say that they're disposable. So And I'm not even putting it just on us as viewers, because at the end of the day, our viewership isn't as important. Because for those of you who know how to produce a show, I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. It's not as important as when you're producing the show and you're trying to sell advertising space. The next time y'all watch, well, it ain't gonna happen right now. But think about the last time you watched the BET Awards or the Soul Train Awards. 90% of the advertisement was internal. It was BET promoting their own shows. It was BET promoting, hair care, stuff like that, because they're literally selling ad space to the people who are willing to buy it at that price point. And part of that is because if I'm an advertiser and you want to sell me ad space and you're doing an award show, what's the first question I'm going to ask you? Who's going to be there? Who's coming? Who's hosting? If I'm looking at a top 10 list of black singers, I'm gonna just say singers, forget rappers and all that. If I'm looking at a top 10 list of black singers, and all of them are nominated for awards, right? Beyonce, Chris Brown, Dolce. Y'all can name them in the chat, child, because I know I'll forget people. But if all of them are nominated for awards, but if you come to me to try to sell ad space and I say to you, well, how many of them have confirmed that they're coming? How many have confirmed that they're showing up? And you say to me, well, none of them, their publicist hasn't confirmed anything yet. So what you want me to pay now plummets. Because you want me to pay a certain price point, but what you telling me is, at this point, the only people that you confirmed, I mean, I don't want to insult anybody, but let me just throw a name out there. The only people you confirmed is Charlie Wilson, and that's only because Charlie Wilson is getting a Lifetime Achievement Award, so you know he gonna come. And whoever y'all got to do the Charlie Wilson dedication, right? Oh, well, we got what's my boy that they always get? If they get Lettucey to sing all the women dedications, what's the guy? He's on the Shy now. He was in the New Edition movie. What's my guy? He's in the New Edition. He was in the New Edition movie. He was on Star, and he's on the Shy now. They get him to do all the dedications. Not Tank, but Tank is one too. What's the other guy? Luke James. Child, if you say to me that you got Luke James coming and Charlie Wilson, and they the only two that have confirmed, I don't mean no harm, but you gonna get Luke James and Charlie Wilson price point. But if the Grammys over on the other network says, oh, well, shoot, we got Cardi opening the show. We got Meg Thee Stallion coming in. Gorilla gonna get on stage with Cardi. They're gonna do like a whole, they're gonna do a whole thing. Beyonce coming, she ain't gonna perform, but she gonna stay until they call her damn category. So it means if Beyonce coming, that means Jay-Z gonna be there. Hell, Blue gonna probably be there too, okay? And we talk about, I ain't gonna talk about the white folk. We talking about black royalty. We talking about the black royalty. How much you think? Why do you think that when Beyonce goes to these shows, she's always on the front row? Beyonce is always in the front row if she goes. Duh. And that's the thing, Melly. It's not even about whether they do a good job of producing the show. By the time they get to the show coming on, they've already sold the ad space. You see what I'm saying? Just off the potential, they have to sell. And that's what, when you are going out there trying to sell ad space, that's how you advertise the ad space. Well, look, we have this person coming and this person coming and this person coming. And look, this person is hosting. We break our necks to go to these shows until we make it. Once we make it, we ghost. You will find all of these people at those shows when they trying to make it, when they trying to get to the mountaintop. And then once they get to the mountaintop, they don't come back. And I'm not putting just Beyonce on that. I'm putting a lot of people on that. It's not just a Beyonce thing. It's a lot of them do it. So the viewership isn't even the top reason. If nobody's coming, or if they're begging people to show up or bribing people to show up, I mean, so when they say, well, yeah, we get, we're putting the Soul Train Awards on pause and we're putting the BET Awards on pause, but hell, y'all still, what you want? You still got the NAACP Image Awards. You still got the Image Awards. But on the flip side, the VMAs, for the first time in the history of the VMAs, they're going to be on CBS this year. They're going to be streaming on CBS. I'm not streaming, but, on CBS. So the VMAs got a promotion and the BET Awards got a demotion. Okay. But guess what? White folk never stopped going to the VMAs. They never stopped going to the VMAs. Now we're not gonna act like it ain't none of this involved either, because let's call a thing a thing. It says Howard University, Half Smokes, U Street, and Chuck Brown. That's what my shirt says. Things, this DC things. It's like a DC things t-shirt. Really B did TIY read the top of that article. It tells me what we need to know. What up, Tam? Hold on. Oh, I done closed out the article now. Beyonce and Jay-Z boycotted the Grammys for a few years. Okay. What that mean? I mean, black artists boycotted the Oscars for a few years. But they came back though, right? Oh, yeah. They came back, right? Oh, okay. But anyway, child, that's my 2 cents on it. I told y'all I had some. Listen, I told y'all I got some controversial things on my mind today. I don't have a lot to talk about, but what I do have to talk about, it might push some buttons. I don't know. And at the end of the day, didn't Jay-Z win recently? I don't even know. I'm being honest. I really don't watch the Grammys. Boycott to go back and say she never won Artist of the Year. Every time I hear Oscars, I get mad at Will all over again. Oh, wow. Yeah, I really don't know. But I know they was there last year when Beyonce won that Grammy Award. Is Harviana in here? I don't see him. Hey, Harviana, did you drop down? I didn't even see you. If you drop down, hey, boo. So, anyway, again, that's just my 2 cents. It's just, it's just my 2 cents, child. All right, let's get into a couple of... Damn it. Lord, I'm pulling my charger out the wall. Okay. Let's get into a couple of these quick stories before we get into the next little heavy topic. Okay. Shout out to Washington Commanders star Bobby Wagner, and he has joined ownership of the Seattle Storm. That makes him the first ever active NFL player to have equity in the NBA franchise. So shout out to Bobby Wagner. Oh, there you go, Harviana. Hey, boo. Yep. So shout out to Bobby Wagner. Y'all know that's my team. So shout out to him. Okay. Oh, okay. Disney to fully integrate Hulu into Disney Plus by 2026. Honestly, I'm not even mad at that. You know why I'm not mad at that? Because my dumb ass had Disney Plus and Hulu. And I was paying for Disney Plus and Hulu for probably a good year before I realized that I had Disney Plus, which meant I already had Hulu. And that's because I really wasn't watching Disney Plus. Y'all know I got Disney Plus for my nephew. I bought the little family plan for Disney Plus so that my sister and my mother we could all be on the same Disney Plus account for my nephew so he could watch, all the Disney things. And child, I don't think neither one of them ever really watched it. And then one day my sister was like, oh, well, I have Hulu, so I have Disney. I was like, what you mean? Because she has T-Mobile. So she got the package through her T-Mobile. I said, what you mean? She said, well, if you have Disney Plus, you automatically have Hulu. I said, you what? So I had to come home and I had to check it out. And I said, you mean to tell me I've been paying for Hulu? Wasting my damn money? And I don't even watch Hulu or Disney Plus that much, if I'm being honest. I really could have canceled both of them, okay? But anyway, so I'm not even mad about it. But if you have Disney Plus, you already have Hulu. So check it out. Y'all, check it out. Teyana Taylor reveals that she needs immediate vocal surgery after doctors found non-cancerous growth. She says this moment hurts because wasn't she getting ready to go on tour? Wasn't Teyana Taylor just getting ready to go on tour? So we're going to send positive vibes and prayers to Teyana Taylor and her vocal cords. And let me say this, and I don't want to downplay it because any surgery is serious, right? I don't want to downplay any types of surgery. But what I want to say is a lot of vocalists have had to have vocal surgery. A lot of them have. Whitney Houston, Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, Aretha Franklin. I might be making up Aretha Franklin, but I just figure I'd throw her in there with the rest of them. I believe Mariah Carey had to have vocal surgery. I know Fantasia had to have it. So I'm not lessening the seriousness of it, but what I am going to say is I know you're smart enough to go to the best doctors, get the best opinions, get second opinion and third opinion, and that you're smart enough to go to the best of the best, and we just going to keep positive thoughts and positive vibes, okay? They should have merged that and refunded you. You know what? I'm going to be honest, Yana. I probably could have called and maybe got the right people on the phone and might have got some of my money back. I might have. At the time, I didn't even think about it, though, but I probably could have. Hey, Chuck, what's up, boo? Chuck, I know I keep saying that, but I made a reservation at a restaurant. They got good reviews and stuff, but I'm gonna hit you up on the back end and ask you if you've ever been there before and get your opinion about it. I don't want to say it publicly yet until I make sure that it's a spot, but it's in walking distance of the hotels on Whiskey Row. And that restaurant you got me kicked out of on Whiskey Row, Chuck came up. Then I said, oh, we should go back there after Chuck got us kicked out of that place. And ESPN. Oh, did y'all see what ESPN just acquired the NFL network? Mm-hmm. Which really means Disney got it, because ESPN is under Disney. So that really means Disney has the NFL network. That'll be interesting. Yeah, Chuck got us kicked out of there. Right, man? He sure did. We were just sitting there talking so long. They were like, somebody has a reservation and this is the table. They offered to move us to a different place, to a different table. We have been there so long. I have a public service announcement right here. I only need one person to come to the front. One person. Everybody else, you can stay in your seat. Okay, get your drinks. Tracy's at the bar. It's almost 300 of us in here. Y'all know when there's 300 of us in here, Don opens up the kitchen. Don is 276 people in here. Go on and open up the kitchen. Put your menu down. Don's got the kitchen open. Abby not here, but y'all know that the upstairs lounge is open. If you need the herbal treats, the upstairs lounge is open. So just enjoy yourself. I just need one person to come down here. Hey, I only need one person to come here. Marjorie Taylor Greene, come here, girl. Come here. That's it. Everybody else, just enjoy yourself. Keep your Marjorie Taylor Greene. I need you right here. Right here. Go to hell. That's all I got. Go to hell. Girl, nobody is falling for it. Nobody is falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Now, all of a sudden, after all of your vile, racist, sexist, misogynist, mind you, you're a woman, but you was with them, okay? Now, all of a sudden, you had an epiphany, and the Republican Party is misogynist, and you don't like the way they treat women? Really? Bitch, sit down. We're not going. You won't be rebranding. Nobody, and I do mean nobody, gives a damn about what you got to say. Okay? Girl, go sit down somewhere and leave us the hell alone. Go on back over there where you been. Leave us the hell alone. Now, I don't know if all of a sudden you got nervous, you afraid of being primaried, or you afraid. I don't know why I don't know, but let's be clear. There's no sincerity in it. There's no epiphany in it. Okay? Go sit down somewhere. Shan, and thank you for reminding me. Shout out to the 2-year anniversary of was it Charitine? Is that what we're calling it? Charitine? Shout out to the 2-year anniversary. I still remember waking up to that brawl, and I knew we talked about it here. I should have went and found that clip, because we talked about it here. We talked about it here. Okay. I knew when that security guard threw his hat up in the air, it was going to be a whole nother conversation. I knew then. I said, oh, it's over. When he stopped and threw that hat up in the air. So shout out to them. Kitchen is open. He said he got a wing basket, a hot link basket, nachos, catfish plate, loaded fries, and a chef salad. For all of y'all that's watching, y'all figure he got a chef salad. Thank you, Don. The kitchen is open. Okay, so the bar is open, the kitchen is open. All right? Okay. So shouts out to that. So, yeah, go to hell, woman. Go to hell. Las Vegas sees a drop in tourism with inflation and political uncertainty cited as key factors. Is anybody in the chat? I didn't see Xavier. Does anybody in the chat live in Vegas? I don't want you to tell on yourself, but if anybody in the chat live in Vegas, or you have friends that live in Vegas, can y'all confirm that for me, please? Because I've been seeing it on TikTok, but then I see people say That's not true. The Vegas Strip is still popping. Ain't nothing changed. So can somebody confirm that? Are things really, is there really a difference down to the Vegas? Can you really see a difference down to the Vegas with tourism and stuff? Because, I mean, does that mean stuff is going to be cheaper? Because I can't, nope. Really be, you stop that. You stop it. You can't go nowhere else. I haven't put myself on travel restriction. But I would like to go to a football game down to Vegas. Okay, Mia say, I live in Vegas. Yes, it's true. International travel has decreased greatly. Ooh, they in trouble. Because I ain't lying. I would love to go to a football game down to the Vegas. Because the last time I went to Vegas, it was so crowded. Oh my gosh, it was so crowded. Because they had just built the F1 racetrack. And they were doing like the practice races to make sure the track was good. And the Spear, they were building the Spear when I was there the last time. And I do, right, Cruz, I want to go to Allegiant Stadium. I want to go to a Raiders game in Vegas. Chuck said, I need to play the chair YouTube at work tomorrow. They disbanded my DEI committee and I'm feeling froggy. I know that's right. Baby, let me tell you something. And I'm not even saying this to be racist. I hope it doesn't offend anybody when I say this. But baby, like Tracy just said, baby, them Asian people love Vegas. Baby, they be tearing Vegas up. Do you hear me? Wow. Wow. Well, y'all can thank y'all president. They say the whiskey industry is in trouble too. They said that a bunch of distilleries have had to go bankrupt in the last couple of months, and of course it's getting worse. Allegiant Stadium is the only thing popping in my opinion. We have the first HBCU Classic coming in October. Oh, Jackson State versus Grambling. Oh, that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one. Also, with football season starting, I think at least if nothing else on, and I know that's not international travel for the most part, but if nothing else on Sundays, people, the city will be popping those weekends that they have a home game, I guess. Bourbon prices are increasing too. Yeah. Everything's increasing. All right. The Real Housewives of New Jersey, Melissa Gorga and Teresa Giudice reportedly are ready to come to the table and film together despite tumultuous relationship. You know why they're ready to come to the table and film? Because they're missing that paycheck. Especially Teresa. So for those who don't know the backstory, Teresa and Melissa are sister-in-laws. Teresa's brother is married to Melissa. They've never gotten along, but the last couple of seasons on The Real Housewives of New Jersey, it was unbearable. They weren't speaking, and basically the cast was divided. At the end of last season, Andy said, we need to do a serious revamp, or somebody got to go. And for a long time, Teresa was like, I'm not speaking to her. Teresa, I think, really thought that she could get Melissa fired. I think Teresa misjudged her stock as it relates to Melissa. Probably anybody else, Teresa probably could have got fired. But Melissa had created her own star and fan base. And I don't think that Bravo was willing to get rid of both of them. Or the person they were willing to get rid of was Teresa. So now Teresa, who claims she would never speak to her again, I'm never speaking to her again, even at the last reunion, told Andy Cohen that she was going, in front of Andy Cohen, told Melissa that she basically wasn't coming back. And Andy was like, really? And Teresa was like, yeah. Like Andy's not her boss, right? Melissa said it wasn't true. I don't believe it. See, here's the thing. Sometimes stuff comes out and I'll be like, and when people say it's not true, I'll be like, okay, it's not true. Sometimes stuff comes out and I believe it's true. I just think they didn't want it out. I don't think Melissa because both of them threw their you know what's on the ground. I don't think either one of them want to admit that they're willing to come to the table. But I think that both of them are missing that paycheck. Let's remember, New Jersey is the only show where the husbands get paid. So Melissa's missing 2 paychecks, her and her husband. And Teresa is missing a big paycheck. And remember, Real Housewives of New Jersey has been out of production for well over a year, because the finale for the Real Housewives of New Jersey was like last January, wasn't it? So this January would be a year that we haven't seen the show. But y'all know they film 6 to 7 months before the show even comes out. So it's been almost 2 years that since they've been working. And we know Teresa need them checks. She owed the IRS money, and her husband had to file bankruptcy and all of that. His company went out of business. Child, they need that money. They got that brand new house. How much was that house that they bought? Like $11 million house or something crazy like that? Might have been more than that, but. So I understand that Melissa said it ain't true, but I don't believe it. I agree, Tracy. I believe that Bravo wants both of them back. I don't think that either one of them at this point can carry the show by themselves. Melissa sure can't carry the show by herself. And Teresa used to be able to, but I don't think she can anymore. Or at least I don't think Bravo thinks she can anymore. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see, child. We'll see. All right. Shit we did not ask for. And listen, y'all know sometimes the shit that we did not ask for isn't always true. But baby, I was like, let me make sure that this is true before I tell my people, because this is so nasty. I shouldn't say nasty. I shouldn't talk about food and call it nasty, because somebody might like it. But this was coming from People Magazine's official Instagram account, okay? So it's 300 of y'all in here. For the people who are new here, we have a segment here called Shit We Did Not Ask For. If you are a member, you have your emojis. If it's something you asked for, you put your yes emoji. If it's something you didn't ask for, you put your no emoji. And if it's a hell no, well, you got a hell no emoji too. Hey, Edwina. Thank you. Thank you so much. Mwah. If you're not a member, you can still play. You can put a 1 in the chat if it's a yes, put a 2 in the chat if it's a no, and you can put a 3 in the chat if it's a hell no, okay? So let me tell y'all. Again, this came from the People Magazine official Instagram account. Heinz, like the ketchup, and Smoothie King are collaborating on a ketchup smoothie. You heard me right. Heinz and Smoothie King are collaborating on a ketchup smoothie. Now, even if this is a joke, we can still talk about it. But you see, it came from the People Magazine official Instagram account. Now, it could still be a joke, y'all. It could still be a joke. But there it is. I don't want no parts of this. There is absolutely no reason why I would ever want to slurp frozen ketchup. There's nothing that you can say or do to make me voluntarily want to slurp a ketchup smoothie. And again, it could be a joke, but I just thought we haven't done one in a while, and I thought I'd bring that to y'all. Okay. All right. Let's get into these last 2 stories that I wanted to talk to y'all about, because again, both of these are very controversial, and I want to hear y'all's opinion. I do. I want to hear y'all's opinion. It's 300 people in this chat. Shout out to the 300 people in the chat. I hope we have about 275 likes. Please and thank you. I appreciate y'all. Please and thank you. But let me say this. Yeah, I guess that's really what it comes down to, like frozen tomato soup, right? So Kandi Burruss posted on her Instagram account a trailer for her interview that she's doing with Todd Chrisley. A couple of observations. Observation number one, she's moving Speak on It to Patreon, or at least this interview is going to be on Patreon. And I noticed that there were people in her comment section complaining about having to pay for it when Speak on It has always been free on YouTube. The second thing I noticed, because I was in her comments for a reason, because I wanted to see what the general reaction of her fan base was going to be to her interviewing Todd Chrisley. What I noticed was there were no negative comments about her interviewing Todd Chrisley. There were negative comments about having to pay for Patreon. But I didn't see any negative comments about her interview with Todd. As a matter of fact, they were all like, oh my gosh, I love this for you. Oh my gosh, this is great. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Like, it was all these excited, I'm so happy you're doing this comments, which leads me to believe that they were deleting negative comments. Now, here's the thing. It's your platform. You have every right. If you want to delete the negative comments, by all means, do you. I mean, it's your platform. Go for it. But this is what I'm going to say. And y'all know I used to love me some Todd. Y'all know I watched the Chrisleys. I told y'all before, I thought the first time I watched the Chrisleys, that was when they were on USA. It might have been like season 1. I stumbled across it. I thought that it was a spoof of a reality show. I thought he was a comedian and this was like a spoof. I didn't even think it was real. Real, right? And I enjoyed it for what it was. We knew it was scripted. We knew that you could literally tell that Nanny Faye was reading the script and forgetting her lines. But it was fun. It was light and it was fun. It was whatever. Let me be clear. I'm not even mad that they were able to use what they had to get what they want. Meaning, I'm not even mad that your daughter did what she had to do to get a pardon from Donald Trump. I'm not mad about that. I swear I'm not. Y'all listen. I'm not. What I'm mad about is, or for me, and this is where I need y'all's help. This is where I need y'all's help. I'm not sure that the daughter is acting. You see what I'm saying? And for me, as somebody who is a fan of Kandi, I feel like, read the room. Like, how do you, and again, people have a right to do on their platform. I just have a right to respond the way I want to respond, right? And I just feel like Kandi, even though she said, well, me and Todd have been friends for years. Where? When? Because, I mean, Kandi, you've been on reality TV for the last, 10 years? Maybe 12 years? And Todd has been on reality TV for the last shit, probably about 10 years too. And I ain't never seen y'all on each other's platform. I never seen you down when he was, even when they first started doing the show, he was still living in Atlanta. I ain't never see you over there for dinner. I never saw y'all meet up for lunch. I never saw y'all at charity events together. I never saw y'all film together. He was never on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You was never on the Chrisleys. I mean, I follow your social media. I used to follow his social media. I never saw y'all on each other's social media. And again, I can't tell nobody who is or who isn't a friend. I'm just saying this new friendship to me. Not that Kandi owe me her business. I'm just saying it's new to me. I just feel like I'm so pissed off with us allowing our platforms to be a place for this bullshit. Kandi, you have a great product, even though you have not been consistently doing Speak On It because you've been doing other things. And honestly, your biggest crowd on Speak On It was when you were recapping at the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I get it, you weren't really doing that this year. But whenever you decide to drop an interview on Speak On It, it does decent numbers, right? You could be interviewing anybody. There's so much Black content out there. If you wanted to bring somebody controversial on, go get Laverne Cox's ass and let her talk to you about her MAGA boyfriend, okay? It's so much Black talent in Atlanta that you could be highlighting. I don't understand why y'all thought this was a good idea. And when I say y'all, I mean her and her team. Because what I feel like was somebody that you knew in passing, somebody that you had a casual relationship with, needed to get back in good with the niggas. They got this new show they about to do. They got this Black grandbaby that everybody is now side-eyeing y'all asses about. Because you got the daughter wearing Make America Great Again hat, t-shirt, sweatshirt, sneakers, socks, watch. You even got Grayson, the son, he wearing his Make America Great Again shit. Every time I see him, he got on a 45, 47 t-shirt, sweatshirt. So I feel like you have allowed your platform to be a place where you are now inviting this man into our space. For what? For what reason? For what? Because you gonna make a little bit of money off of it, but I honestly feel like you're gonna alienate some of your fans more than you're gonna make money. Like in the long run. Now, do I think this is gonna be the end of Kandi's career? Absolutely not. Hell, it ain't the end of Snoop's. We ain't gonna count Nelly because there was there much of a career there. Let's be fair. But so no, I'm not saying like, oh, they're gonna cancel Kandi, because clearly Black folk don't cancel people no more. I mean, I guess y'all stopped canceling people after Chrisette Michele. I guess that was the last. That's the last person y'all decided y'all was gonna cancel. I don't know, but I'm disappointed more than anything else, y'all. I'm disappointed because I really do like Kandi. I really, really do, but I am so disappointed. I'm just disappointed. And how can you? Again, I get it. Y'all were getting what y'all wanted. You got your parents out of jail. I ain't even mad at you. That's fine. You got them out of jail. But how could you be raising a Black child in Trump's America? How do you look yourself in the mirror? How do you sit down and talk to that girl? Because see, here's where the problem is. You're setting her up to get hurt. Because you're not talking to her about race relations. You're not talking to her about the fact that I look different from y'all and what that's going to look like when I go out here in the real world. You are literally walking down the street with this little black girl with a Make America Great Again hat on. You know how fucking crazy y'all look? I don't know, y'all. I don't like it. I don't like it, Kandi. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Joe Rogan has a biracial stepdaughter. They're raising another Stacey Dash or another Candace Owens ass. Anyway. Last but not least, this the teacher and me getting ready to fuss. Now, y'all know about 2 weeks ago, I fell into the algorithm on TikTok of all the parents who said they wasn't going to buy school supplies. And I asked y'all about it, and I asked y'all to be honest with me and give me y'all opinion. And I did fuss a little bit, so I apologize for that. I get passionate and I get excited. So I apologize for the people that were honest with me and gave me an honest answer, and I kind of fussed at y'all because I apologize for that. Okay. Huh? This is why there's such a strong push to preserve white babies. I don't even know what you're talking about, Harold, but okay, boo. Everybody will not know it's the Chrisley's grandchild. No, they will not. See, CC, I'm sorry, I said CC. See, let me explain something. People think that everybody watches pop culture and everybody follows pop culture. They do not. They do not. There are people in this world who don't even know who the fucking Chrisleys are, much less what their granddaughter looks like. I promise you. And she gonna come across a Karen down the street from the nice gated community they live in that's gonna say, I'm sorry, what are you doing here? You must be here to rob somebody. And she's gonna say, no, my parents live down the street. And that Karen is gonna look at her and say, your parents do not live in this neighborhood, because all they're going to see is black. And they're not going to know that she's the Chrisley's granddaughter because, again, everybody doesn't follow these things. No, see, no, they don't. First of all, the Chrisleys are getting ready to move. So they're getting ready to move into a new neighborhood. And again, there are some people that don't care. Just because they know that that's the Chrisley's granddaughter, they don't care. And this is why I don't agree with white families adopting black kids. White families go on every day in their life because nothing affects them, so they feel the same about that child. So I hear your point, R&D, but I'm going to say this. The point for me, I don't have a problem with it if the alternative is that child staying in the system. I don't have a problem with it. I understand I understand why people have a problem with it. I even think there may be some issues, like you just said. I agree that that those are some legitimate concerns and some legitimate issues. But if the alternative is that child staying in foster care or having to go to a group home or something like that, then I'm good with it. I'm good with them being in a home with a family over them staying in foster care. And I know that's a general statement because not all foster care is bad. Not all adopted parents are good. I understand that. But I'm just saying for me. JB said, I don't know, those people never watched the episode of their show. Exactly. It's a lot of people that haven't. A lot of people don't know her. And let's remember this thing too. Y'all know they say all of us look alike. Let Chloe get her hair, because right now, she wears her hair. It's all curly and cute. Let her go to the hairdresser and decide that she's gonna cut her hair, style it, and blow it out. They're gonna swear up and down. They don't know who that girl look like. Abby said, did I look at the one she sent me? Abby, you listen. I'm gonna need you to be more specific. You send me 50. Listen, when I say that me and Abby just send each other TikToks all damn day, I don't know how either one of us get work done. I mean, we do. But... Hold on, what Abby sent me? Hold on. I just been walking in my purpose, baby. Oh no. Okay. Oh, let me turn the volume down before I... Hold on now. Abby, where you send it to me? Hold on. I don't see it, Abby. Hold on. Oh, here it is right here. Let me see what she just sent. The Harry Potter door. I did see that one. That was funny. You know what? I think I am going to take my... Because y'all know I got me a wand when I went to Diagon Alley this summer. I think I'm going to take my wand. I think I'm going to teach with my wand this year. I may even learn some spells. I'm going to teach with my wand this year. Okay. So, let me say this. So, about 2 weeks ago, I fell into the school supply side of TikTok of all the parents that said what they wasn't going to do and they weren't going to buy school supplies and yada, yada, yada. So, today, I fell into the new policy of my child's district is no cell phones, but I don't care. I'm sending my kid to school with their cell phone anyway. They're not gonna steal my wand because I'm gonna lock it up, Cindy. No, ma'am. I'm gonna lock that thing up. Not as much as that wand cost. That wand was not cheap. Hell no. And I wouldn't take it on the first day of school. I would take it after I get to know my kids and some things are established. Okay, some rules and some respect have been established. Okay. Hey, Leah, have you read Love and Whiskey? I think you told me that before. But no, I am going to read it, though. Matter of fact, I need to put that on my list now before I go out there. We were talking about Fawn Weaver the other day, baby. The way Fawn Weaver and her lawyers ate them people up in that lawsuit. We talked about them the other day. I had a conversation with a white lady years ago, and because she had a mixed niece, she said she knew what it was like. Oh, child, what'd she say that for? To be black. I had to tell her never say that again because you don't live. Yeah, don't never say that again. Don't do that. Don't do that. Never say that again. Kandi is doing what a lot of CC subscribers build the CC up and then want to change or add Patreon to hear the commentary. Yeah, a lot of people do that. They do. So I have a question, and again, I'm gonna be better this time, y'all. I'm gonna be better this time because I want y'all opinion. But I'm gonna be better this time. I'm not gonna fuss. I'm gonna try not to fuss. I'm gonna bite my tongue about fussing. But I know Texas specifically, Georgia, I think specifically. I know up here where I live, Virginia, like a lot of states are moving to ban cell phones in school. So let me ask y'all this question. Tracy and Andrew, both of y'all stop. I'm trying. Let me say this. Why? What's the problem? And I need to know what the real problem is. Don't tell me because my child might have an emergency. I need to know what's the problem. Why can't you as parents support us with this new rule? And I'm going to be back. I'm going to play my commercial. Put the answer in the chat. I'm going to play my commercial and I'm going to be right back because I really want to hear what y'all got to say. And I promise you I'm not going to fuss. Well, no, that's a lie. I ain't promise you I'm not going to fuss. I'm going to promise y'all that I'm going to hear y'all out first. That's the promise. All right. I'll be right back. I'm playing my commercial. Okay. God forbid these monsters they gave birth to follow the rules and restrictions so they can focus in class. My kids had cell phones in school. Columbus was when I was in high school. Oh, excuse me, Columbine. Lord, I said Columbus. Hold on, let me scroll back up. Hold on, let me scroll back up. So I want to hear what you. I want to read what everybody's saying. What? I gotta go get the mouse for this. I had a mouse for this, but I don't have it plugged in. Our district bans them in class unless it's a tool like in a 504 IEP. If the cell phone has stayed put away in class, it wouldn't have been a problem for kids to have them. What happened to the lock bags? My son's school would let them have them, but they were locked up. Cell phones stay in lockers till dismissal because they want to do everything else except be a parent. I think it's the school. Got you. Pow pows. I didn't have a cell phone in school and survived. I think cell phones are a distraction. I'm here for no cell phones. I'm kind of mixed on banning cell phones in school. We are in a different age of school. Pow pows, and I feel like they need their phones right there. In Indiana, FedEx, pow pow took place. No phones. I'm genuinely scared of my niece and nephews being in school without access to a phone and some mess going down and they can't reach us. God, okay, I just read that. Okay. Was in high school, only made me paranoid, and I wanted them to always be able to contact me or the police. Okay. My son takes his cell phone to school, but he knows I better not ever get a phone call talking about he had it out in class. We grew up with just a payphone in high school. I know we did too, correct? Baby, with that line, we used to get in line for that payphone too. We have a magnetic Kinder pouch, and I'm glad. I know my district have the Yonder pouch, and it works. I do think it's parents are concerned about emergencies with all of the mass stuff, just like those girls in Texas didn't have their phones at the camp during that flood. As a parent, I need for my kid to be able to get to me immediately. Every teacher ain't you. Some of them have ill intentions and feel better knowing they have the phone on them. However, when they grab the backpack at the end of the day, they immediately start using their phone, which is fine. Like, how many teachers have we seen be assaulted because they wanted the kids to put their phones down during class? Sure. Yeah, I think Louisiana is one of the states too that ban cell phones. I might have to do with a school incident. I can't say the word. It's just a guess. My children are adults. I'm a teacher and a parent with kids in 3 different schools, and I'm fine with it. I feel the children are turned into zombies and don't know how to talk to people. They don't want to do activities. They just want to be on the phone. I had a cell phone and a beeper in high school. Having a cell phone then and now is necessary for direct access in emergencies. Columbine happened the year before I graduated, scared the F out of everyone. All three, I'm just reading y'all comments, y'all. All 3 of my kids take theirs daily, but oh shoot, chat's moving. But they know they can call my classroom anytime from any phone in the school. In high school, students are supposed to put their phones in a pouch at the door. My nephew had his phone and there was a shooting at his school. It gave peace because I was able to text and make sure he was safe. Okay. New York has banned them too. We don't have cell phones and we're fine, so I don't get the issue. Having a phone during the flood wouldn't have saved them. No, sure wouldn't have. Okay. All right. I think y'all can keep putting in the chat. I just wanted to read through all the messages first. So I hear what y'all are saying, and I thank y'all. I do think that there are legitimate concerns about school safety. I do. And I understand it. We had an incident at my school. Some of y'all know a couple of years ago, there was a shooting. It wasn't in the school. It was in the parking lot outside. Some kids were fighting. Somebody had a pow. Somebody got shot. And I'm sure it gave my mom peace to be able to text her and say, you're going to see it on the news. I'm good, right? I get it. That I 100% understand. I do. I get that. Here's where the problem comes in. Here's where the problem comes in. When I first started teaching, I went to, for those of you that are in education, y'all know Henry Wong. Henry Wong was a teacher who wrote a very famous book called The First Days of School. And I was lucky enough to go to a workshop with him where Henry Wong was there. And one of the things he said was, as a teacher, you have to enforce the school rules, even if you think the rule is dumb. It may not be important to you. But what happens is, if there's a school rule and you tell the kids, oh, that's a dumb rule, we're not going to follow that. And he used the example of chewing gum. He said, when I was teaching, I didn't care about the kids chewing gum. Didn't bother me a bit, didn't give a damn. But the school rule was the kids couldn't have gum. Because what happens is, when you tell a child this rule isn't important because I think it's stupid, then the lesson you have taught that child is they don't have to follow rules they don't like. Or they don't have to follow rules they don't think are important. So the big picture of this is, if your child is in a school where that's the rule and that is the expectation and you're not okay with that, then what I would say to you as the parent is you need to find another school for your child. Because the lesson that you're teaching your child is they only have to follow rules that you think are important. They don't have to follow rules that are not important. And every time you all give your children permission to break the rules, you're taking away my authority. During the school year, your child is with me more than they're with you. Let's just call a thing a thing. During the school year, your child is with me more than they're with you. And every time you tell your child that a school rule, they can break a school rule because you don't find it important, you're taking away my authority, which makes my life harder to enforce the rule. So you might say, well, it's important for me to be able to get in touch with my child. Got it. I got it. It is important. But there's a policy for that. There's a procedure for that. Most of us at this point have phones in our classrooms. Because somebody said, what do I teach? I teach social studies. I teach high school social studies. It wouldn't have to be a rule if parents taught their kids the proper way to have a cell phone at school. True. Baby, won't they? Jay Stokes, baby, that's the first thing out their mouth. My mama said. And I used to, when I first started teaching, I was like, your mama ain't say that. But you know what? Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. You don't have to like the school rule. Then find another school where that's not the rule. Because here's the bigger picture. Here's the bigger picture. The bigger picture is most of you all, and when I say you all, I'm talking about parents. I ain't talking about individual people in this room. I'm going to say parents. Most of you all use y'all, if you being honest with yourself, I need y'all to be honest with yourself. You ain't got to tell me, but be honest with yourself. Most of you all abuse it. And what I mean by that is you call your kids while school is in session for no fucking reason. You text your kids while they're in school for no fucking reason. I have literally had parents texting their kids while school is in session to ask them what they want for dinner. Really? Really? Like, Did you really text? So now what you've done is put me in a position, if you're calling your child while they're in the middle of my class, and the rule is they can't be on their cell phone. So what you've done now is you've put me in a position to tell that child not to answer your phone call. Why are you putting me in that position? So now you put me in a position that now I have to quantify the rule. Well, you can't use your phone in class unless it's your mama texting you or unless it's your daddy calling you. When 99.99999% of the time that you calling, it ain't shit that you need to talk to them about in school. Because what that says to me is now you just think I'm a damn babysitter. You don't respect what I'm doing here. Because there's no reason in the world why you need to be calling them and ask them anything for any reason. And I get it. Emergencies do happen. But here's the reality of the situation. Okay, let me tell you why. And let me tell you where this becomes an issue. Let's just say, for example, you're picking your child up from school early for whatever reason. Maybe they had a doctor's appointment you forgot about, and it's like, oh, shoot, let me go get so-and-so from school. Maybe it's a doctor's appointment you knew about, and you said, listen, I'm coming to school to pick you up early. Maybe, God forbid, there's a family emergency, and you come and get them from school. You text them and say, hey, I'm coming to get you early. You know, we got to go see Auntie so-and-so. There's still a procedure that you have to follow to get your kid out of class. So when you text them and say, I'm outside, what do you think your child does? So again, and I've had this happen to me. I've literally had a child say to me, my mother's outside. And I said, well, I got to wait for the office to call me and verify that you're supposed to be dismissed. And I have literally had kids walk out of my classroom. What you want me to do with that? Because the flip side is what happens when next week it's her boyfriend and she lies to me and says, it's my mama outside. And it's really, it's really Mo down the street that you told her not to be with anymore. And she walks out of the classroom. But because you have created this environment, now we can't protect you. Y'all talking about y'all worried about emergencies. Now I can't protect your child because I don't even know where your child is. Because by the time I call you to verify, wait a minute, so-and-so just said that you're outside to pick them up. And I'm just calling to let you know that you have to come inside and sign them out. By the time because now I got to stop my class, right? So by the time I stop my class to call you, to tell you that your child just walked out of my room because they said you were outside, and you say to me, I'm not outside, I'm at work. Oh, well, because last week you did, because that's what you did last week. Last week you did that. And you texted her and said, come outside, I'm outside. And she walked out the room. And when I called you, you cussed me out. Okay? Well, I was running late. She had a doctor's appointment and I was running late to get there. So now this week, when it's Mo from down the street that you said that she couldn't hang out with no more, and he came and picked her up early, how am I supposed to know the difference? How am I supposed to know the difference? Baby, I know that the world is different. I understand that the world is different. I've been teaching. I know the world is different. What do I do when they walk out of the room? I mean, I call an administrator and I write them up. I call an administrator, I write them up, I contact the parent. But again, if this happens in the middle of class, I'm not stopping right now. You know why I'm not stopping right now? Because I got 30 other kids in this room that's trying to learn. So you want me to, and I'm not talking about you and that, I'm talking about in general. So you want me to stop my class and spend 15, 20 minutes on your child because you didn't want to follow the rules? Or let's take the parents out of it. Let's just talk about your child having a cell phone in class. You know how much class time I have to waste telling y'all kids to put their phones away? Put your phone away. 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 They're not paying attention to me. When I give them an assignment to do, they're not doing this assignment. If I put them in a group to work on a group activity, they ain't working with their group. And then I call the parent. Y'all know what the parents say? I'll talk to them. You gonna talk to them? I just called you and told you that your child won't put their phone away and it's disruptive and they're not finishing their work and they're failing my class. You gonna talk to them? Oh, okay. Well, I told them, just like somebody, and I'm not fussing at y'all. I'm just talking in general. Well, they know not to have their phone out in class. I bet you they do. You know how many parents I call and say your child won't get off their phone? They know they're not supposed to have their phone out in class. They also know they ain't supposed to cuss, but they do. They also know they ain't supposed to let their friends borrow their book bags, but they do. They also know they're not supposed to share lockers, but they do. They also know they ain't supposed to cut class, but they do. You see what I'm saying here? Just because y'all tell them don't have their cell phones out. And I ain't talking about everybody. I'm just talking. I'm telling you from a teacher's perspective what my life is like. I'm just telling y'all I ain't fussing. We talking. I'm just telling y'all from a teacher's perspective. Child, them kids share lockers all the time, child. Sometimes it's just out of convenience. If your friend has a locker by the door where by the door and it's closest to the door for dismissal, like where the buses come, they do that all the time. So that all they got to do is stop on their way. Like if their locker's inconvenient, they do it all the time. So for a lot of people, we lost, and when I say we, I mean as a school system, we lost the cell phone. For most of us, we lost the cell phone battle after COVID. And here's why. Before COVID, I didn't have my cell phone problem was minimal. I mean, did I have extreme situations where I had kids? Yeah. But let me tell you about Miss Proctor. Miss Proctor, I just told y'all my name. Oh, well, it is what it is. Half y'all was going to learn my name anyway between the cruise and books and bourbon. But anyway, but let me tell y'all about my classroom. Let me show y'all something. And then we're going to get off here because now I'm just talking, child. We just talking. I want to show y'all, because y'all know I have my Amazon wish list. Let me show y'all my wish list. Let me show y'all what's on my wish list. And let me show y'all why it's on my wish list. Where is it? So before COVID, I called it before COVID, I called it my damn, I can't get it out of my head now. My cell phone parking lot. I called it my cell phone parking lot, right? And all it was a shoe, like one of them old shoe racks that you could put up, like they had like the little pockets you could put the shoes in. I had that on my door. I numbered it. I put index cards in it. I think it had 24 spaces. I put index cards in it at the beginning of class. I gave all of them a chance at the beginning of the class. But if I had to say that they didn't give one warning, put your cell phone away. If I had to say it a second time, it was put your phone in the parking lot. Put your phone in the parking lot. Now, the other thing I did, and I'm doing that this year, and that's one of the things that's on my wish list. I'm gonna share with y'all. I'm gonna show y'all now. It's on my wish list, and y'all already bought me part of it. So thank you. Somebody already bought me part of it. But let me show y'all what's the other part that's on my wish list. Let me scroll down the wish list, child. Right here. This right here. So what I'm creating this year in my classroom, because my school does have the no cell phone policy. They've gone to the no cell phone policy. I'm creating a charging station in my classroom. So I put this on my wish list, and then I put like it's a rack. I have to show it to y'all, but it's a rack on my wish list where the cell phones can go in the rack. So I have this where they can charge their phones and where they can park their phones. And that's going to be that for this year, right? And the way I did it, and again, this was before COVID. The way I did it was I also had a charging station. So they had the parking lot and I had a charging station, right? So they could put their phone on the charging station. But the rule was, because their phones are always dead. They're always trying to charge their phone. So I said, okay, you could put your phone on the charging station, but you can't visit it. Once it's on the charging station, it has to stay there for the rest of the class period. Generally speaking, that worked because their phones are always getting ready to die. Okay. Their phones are always getting ready to die. So now you can charge your phone. You get a full battery when you leave my class. You just can't visit your phone. Once it's on the charger, that's a wrap. That was before COVID. So the problem was when we got back after COVID and everything was on the computer, now what was happening was if kids didn't have their computer, what were they doing? Oh, I didn't bring my computer today. I can do it from my phone. I don't have my computer. I'm just going to use my phone. But they have, a lot of them have the adapters. I know what you're saying, Des Hop, and I appreciate that. But listen, they're going to have to get an adapter or not. I also have I have two different, that's the other one. Somebody already bought me the other one that has the other type of charger. And as a matter of fact, I might go back and try to find a different one that has like a half and half. Let me see if I can find one that has a half and half. But I do have one that has more of the plugs that they use with the, what do they call them? The S, what do they call them now? The USC. Yeah. Most of them have the USC. But again, you'd be surprised how many of our kids got the older phone. You'd be surprised. Because a lot of them have the blocks and they just put it into the block. So anyway, but I got you though, Des Hop. Thank you. I got you though. So so that's why a lot of schools lost the cell phone fight after COVID. Because again, what am I supposed to say? Oh, well, you can't do your work. Not when I know you can use your phone to do it. Now, where the kids using their phone to do their work? Probably not. But what am I supposed to tell them? No, you can't use your phone. So this year, because my district passed the rule last year that the kids can't use their cell phones, this is going to be my attempt. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. And that way the kids, and I really want those bags. I know some schools have those bags. I would love to have those bags. That is what I would love. I would love those bags. But we'll see. What grade you're talking to Melly. So I'm going to let y'all know how it works, y'all. Long story short, I was an award-winning teacher, and my school is in the top 30% in DC. I said what I said. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. What Melly said. Hold on. Let me go back up. Lord Melly, what you said, Melly, what you said. Hold on, let me see what Melly said. Oh, you said no cell phones is a losing battle, not worth the energy. I disagree. But again, it may work for you and your population of kids. It may work, but I don't think it's a losing battle, and I don't think it's worth the energy. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, that's sort of the attitude I had the last couple of years, that it was a losing battle, and not worth the energy. But it didn't work for me. Like, it just didn't work. It just didn't work in my classroom. It didn't. Like literally, I was teaching myself. Like, literally, this is what I was doing. This is what I was looking at all day. So, thank you, Ellen. Thank you for the cash app, boo. My kids can't have their phones, period. I'm in Baltimore County. Oh, you in the county? Okay. I know you were in Baltimore County. Yeah. And again, y'all, it also, again, whatever works for people. I can't tell nobody else how to run their classroom, but I think because here's the reason why I say I don't think it's a losing battle. It's not a losing battle because there are a lot of places where it's successful. There are a lot of places where it's successful, where kids, because the problem though is enforcing the rule and being consistent about enforcing the rule. And I also think it's about giving the kids the alternative, like the bags. You put it in the bag. That's some, that when you come in my room, you putting it in a bag, a non-negotiable. I was an assistant principal. I mean, granted, it was a charter school, so that's a little bit different. But I was an assistant principal at a school where we had a no cell phone policy, and it worked. We enforced it. We collected the cells. We collected the phones at the beginning of the day. We gave the phones out at the end of the day. Every once in a while, yeah, we had kids sneaking phones in. Of course we did. But they were a small minority compared to the problem we had before the policy. And some phone etiquette starts at home too, because my foster kids, even down to the oldest, they have phone time when they're at home. Can you bring it to the table and not doing activity at home? The pouches work good. That's what we got. And we don't have a phone issue in any of the schools in my district, but only because of the pouches. I tried to get my principal to use some of our budget money to buy pouches, but I mean, unfortunately, when it comes to a public school, there's so many other priorities. But that was one of the things I was hoping, that we would get those pouches. I think we can apply for a grant for it. You probably can. You probably can. Yeah. If y'all think those kids aren't sneaking phones in, you're crazy. Well, again, I can only speak from my experience. Again, did we have kids sneak phones in? Yes, but they got caught really quickly. You know why kids get caught? Because they're stupid. And what I mean by that is they eventually forget they're not supposed. They think they're smarter than they are. All the ways that they hide a phone are not that smart. We find the phone. Now, the kids that keep that have the discipline to only use them when they go to the bathroom or something like that, yeah, of course. But then it's not bothering me, so I don't care. I don't care if a kid sneaks a phone in and they use it in the bathroom. That ain't bothering me. I don't care if a kid sneaks the phone in and they use it at lunchtime in the cafeteria. I don't care. That's not bothering me. But if they sneak it in and they try to use it in class, eventually they're going to get caught. Yeah. We had the same thing, Melly. We had the same thing. And guess what? Eventually the kids got caught. Because again, eventually they forget and they drop the inhibition and they forget that they're not supposed to be on their phone and they're looking down a little bit too much, or they are trying to be in a desk or in a book, or they get caught eventually. Exactly, Cruiser. They get caught because they don't have the discipline to stay off of it. So again, whatever works for you guys individually, I'm not telling nobody what works for everybody, what works for you all individually. I'm telling you, for me, not giving a damn about the cell phones didn't work for me. It didn't work for me. It didn't work for my classroom because the kids weren't learning. I was talking to myself. I was talking to myself. So now, how many kids have more than one phone, though? They can't get into the pouches. And that's what I'm saying. We had kids do the same. Let me say something. Kids, this was years ago. So the kids would turn the phone off because they had to come through the metal detectors. And, of course, the phone sets off the metal detector. They put it in their sock. They put it in the bottom of their shoe. Like, they did all kinds of stuff to try to hide, the phone. And some of them did get through. They did. But it was a small minority. Like, it was a minute number of kids that got through. And when they got through, if they had it out in class, generally they got caught. But again, Melly, I can't speak for your population. It may not be that big of a distraction at your school. But at my school, in my classroom, it is. And I can't do it this year. Generally speaking, in my classroom, when they do independent study, I allow them to get their phone. So like if I have their phone on the charger, or if it's in the parking lot, like if they had to put it in the parking lot, when we get to that last, 10, 15 minutes of class when they're doing independent practice, yeah, I'll say, okay, you guys can get your phone. But I've gotten the majority of what I need from them. You know what I mean? Like I got my lesson out. They participated. They were into the lesson. They answered questions. They were engaged in the lesson. So yeah, and then that also gives them something to look forward to. They know at the end of class, generally speaking, at the end of class, they're gonna get their phone back. My son's school had. I wish I had the pouches. I really wish I had the pouches. No, it's not. It's not. And again, everybody has to do what works for them. But I know, yeah. For the last 2 days, I was working with my team, and these are some of the things that we talked about. But anyway, let me get off of here, y'all. Najee sent me $10 for fuss. Thank you, boo. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. We'll be back for the Real Housewives of Miami, child, on the other channel. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.